Hey Pisces, welcome to your February 2021 reading. This is your personal growth reading. There will be a love reading coming out mid-month for all the zodiacs, but right now we want to focus on you and what is going on with you and how you're going to shift and grow this month. So we're going to get right into it. There will be an extended version available to my Buy Me a Coffee members, or you could buy it individually on my website. The information is in the description box below, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's actually in the extended. Whether you're a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign, Pisces, I am glad you are here, or you could be watching because someone you care about is a Pisces. Either way, I'm grateful. And if you're not really sure what I mean about the moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign, the information is in the description box below. There's a couple of free websites that I use to navigate natal charts, and the information is there for you to find your good stuff. All right, we're going to take a look at your power crystal this month and why it's your power crystal. You know, things show up for us when we need them the most. And the energy is super, super, super interesting right now. So, ooh, Newmite. Newmite is really fascinating. It's actually, this is an 11. So this is working with your intuition. It's from the Crystal Spirits book. There's so much good stuff in this book, and I never want to leave it out. So I always have it out when I'm using these cards. Newmite, achieving self-mastery, inner power, and recovering your sense of self. Yeah, that's definitely an intuitive energy, right? Mastering your intuition is a part of mastering yourself, but this is really recovering the true entity of who you are at your core. Like the black is like the core, which is, and black isn't bad, okay? We're not gonna go there, but it's just, I feel like you're gonna be bolstered a little bit more with some inner power. Perhaps you felt like you haven't had a lot of power. Perhaps you've been working to create self-empowerment. Okay. All right, let's see what your spirit animal is. The frog. Okay, the frog is super interesting. It's a water sign, or it's a water spirit. And what I think is very interesting about the frog is sort of how the water rolls off its back. Such is the depth of your emotional energy, Pisces, that you could probably roll with anything if you allowed it to, if you didn't let it get too deep. But on the flip side of that, things can also be very deeply personal for you. So I feel like the frog is here to allow you to feel like you can just allow things to roll off your back, just to enjoy, almost like a cleansing rain. Okay, enjoy that this cleansing rain is coming to cleanse out anything in your life that's no longer serving you or your self-empowerment. If you're not in balance, you're going to feel a little bit depleted. So know, like exhausted. So know that that's a sign for you to come back into balance. I do feel like hot showers. There's something about hot showers that are going to help you if you can handle one of those a day, and actually just meditate a little bit in the shower and ask the water to wash away and take things with it to go back to Mother Earth or the light or what have you for transmutation. Like not just using it to bathe, but using it as a means of cleansing your physical energy. Okay, so what is the overall energy of this month? We know that you're stepping back into your power. So contemplation, silence, knowing, and releasing control. Yeah, this is going to be a hugely contemplative month. You're probably not going to talk to a whole lot of people. You're going to be very deeply reflective. Interesting that water is reflective as well. So but trying to release control of everything, trying to control every little thing in order to feel safe or feel good or feel better about yourself, that's going to actually shift out for you. But it's going to be your choice. You're going to be choosing to do this because you realize that it's going to actually make you feel better. Very interesting. Making sure everything's on camera. I love these cards. They're so beautiful, but sometimes cards are hard for my little hands to shuffle. All right. Let's see what we have. going on here. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's like this perseverance energy of just it's actually kind of interesting. This is kind of this way. Yeah, that's what I thought. So what I think is interesting about this card, the energy that first came out of it was he's kind of resting. This energy is somebody that's kind of resting because there's been so much work being done, but also, and this could be very specific to somebody, so be mindful that if it doesn't resonate, it's okay. I feel like this is somebody who's done a job for such a long time. They're kind of resting on their laurels. They're kind of like sick of what they're doing, but they're just doing it. They're kind of on autopilot and they just don't give it crap anymore. I don't know who that's for, but it's understanding that there's a major shift happening with this person. Okay, it could be you. It could be somebody you're watching for, okay? But there's a major shift with them and just being like, I'm caring so much about things that they don't actually matter. And it has done me no good to actually care about those things. So you know what? I'm just going to go through the motions right now. But I feel like there's a turning point happening here. There's a fear in them facing the truth of the situation, and it's all mental. So you could be struggling with facing certain truths in your life about, I do feel this is work related, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a bunch of different things. But there's a fear in facing the truth that kind of keeps you trapped in this going through the motions. Okay, so I feel like this is a very select group of Pisceans. And it's almost like that turning point is coming where there's going to be this recognition and see, there's a mirror reflecting, right? There's a mirror reflecting, but they're afraid of what's going to come out of that mirror. You're afraid of if you look in that mirror and you look deeply, of what's going to come out. But understanding that when you do that and it's almost like, even if bad stuff comes out of that mirror or stuff like, you perceive things in a bad way about yourself, once you've accepted those aspects of yourself and accepted the things that you can't change, you kind of empower yourself to create change for yourself, and you accept yourself. So you're not afraid of judgment because you've already gone through the motions of judging yourself. Like, it's not to say that it won't bother you if people judge you, but there's a different level when you've accepted yourself and everything you've done. Okay, there's a huge difference in that, and it's the fear of the judgment that kind of keeps you trapped in this, Eight of Swords energy. Okay, but there's a turning point happening, so there's something in recognition of that that's going to make you look in the mirror, if you will. Yeah. I feel like for some of you, you feel like there's somebody who's standing guard kind of in the way of, like, you have these visions, okay? So for some of you, this could be a significant other, this could be somebody at work, this could be a parent, all right? You're gonna be able to understand if this is for you, it'll fit in your situation. It doesn't have to be a specific label relationship. And it could just be the words of that person playing in your head that's keeping you, quote unquote, in line. Because we have the Three of Wands, we have somebody in a daydreaming state, dreaming of the future, but there's this harsh, like, cut off energy from that daydream coming into a reality, coming into a physical thought. Okay, it's almost like you don't want to deal with the drama of chasing this feeling that your heart's tugging you towards. So you lay your swords down, but you lay them down at your own sacrifice, as your own sacrifice. You put your sword down because you don't want to deal with whatever dramatic energy this is. And then we have the Star at the very end with this Aquarius energy. But there's still hope for this. There's just some fear kind of blocking you from allowing the paradigm shift And it's that fear of looking in the mirror, that fear. It's almost like you are not only envisioning future good things, but you sometimes go to a place of envisioning bad things in the worst case scenario. And you do whatever you can to avoid that worst case scenario, but going through that worst case scenario is going to actually get you to where you want to be. And that's going to be kind of a little bit of a hard place. Yes, we have past pain that needs to be healed here. We have the Hanged Man. And then look at that. So we'll get to this in a second, but you're held up, Pisces, until you can understand how your past pain is manifesting itself in your physical reality now. So where you are in fear, you're trying to avoid experiencing the kind of pain you experienced in the past. It could be disappointment, it could be anger, it could be shame or guilt, or whatever it is that's showing up for you. Whatever it is you fear, it's in avoidance of wanting to recreate that emotion for you. But here's the thing, once you can identify that, once you can identify what is actually coming up for you, you're going to step into your King of Wands and Magician energy. So the King of Wands knows what they want, they know how to get it, and the Magician has all the resources within them to manifest their dreams into a reality. So know that there's definitely some work that's going to be done to put the burden down, and I really feel like it's about coming into your power, washing away the old negative stuff, and so that you can have a better understanding of how your fears are running your narrative in this life. So if we go here, it's a constant battle. You definitely fear, I feel like this is a constant battle. This tiredness is a constant battle with this particular person or this energy. It could be multiple energies too. That are constantly keeping you in fear. They could be emotionally manipulative. They could make you feel like less of a person if you don't do what they want. Like it's a very deeply emotional energy. Even for the Queen of Swords, I would almost pick up a little bit of the Queen of Cups energy, like in reverse. So I feel like you're just tired of the battle, but you don't really know how to get out of your head about it. And I do feel that there will be some kind of divine intervention with this in some capacity to shift you out of this, because your inner energy wants change. Your soul wants change. Your heart wants change. Your mind even wants change. It's the protective ego that's trying to keep you safe. That's kind of keeping you trapped in this room of swords, if you will. So in the extended version, we go into your even deeper into your personal growth. We go into your love and romance, your abundance and income, what the new moon and full moon has to offer you this month, as well as advice. The information is in the description box of how to get there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this has helped in some way. Please like, share, comment, and or subscribe. And yeah, we'll talk to you later. I hope you guys have an amazing month.